If no one told your gay ass today, you're special, you're beautiful, you are kind, you are one of a kind, you're courageous. Being you is an act of bravery and defiance. You are. You just are.
So as soon as we find out who you are, trust you will be dealt with. Period.
Now that I think about it, if I was 11 years old, pregnant by a 16-year-old, and found out that he done dumped me for somebody else, and I was scared to tell my mom that I was pregnant, so instead I just ran away, and I'm in the park crying my eyes out, and Mary J. Blige walk up and just casually sits down and starts screaming in my ear, "Run away, love." I'm sorry, Jesus wouldn't even be able to get me up off of her, because, girl, I'm going through enough. Please get out of my face.
Hot cold go round and round. Your new blow out go round and round. Your 3-6 waves go round and round. Your 3 siding up, it go round and round. I gotta work, I gotta eat. If they see you on top of me, I gotta leave, bitch, I killed you. Your natural state is threatening to the point that I point at myself and self-esteem, bitch, I killed you. No finding out, a couple knots was a map. We escaping them routes, right on the scout, bitch, I killed you.
The Pick Me to Christian pipeline right now.
It's the funds. It's the lack of funds. But most importantly, it's the lack of community and the lack of public recognition. Woulda Her, Blac Chyna, Just Hilarious, your family member who used to do a whole bunch of crazy stuff in the public eye and now does that in the private eye, but is publicly far more religious. Yeah, what do they all have in common? Their one trick of being cool, loud, condescending, and strange in public is embarrassing now. Not only is that not profitable, people do not want to continue to follow along with how you develop as a person because they've decided they don't like how you've developed thus far. You'll never see them at a Bible study. You'll never see them, feeding unhoused neighbors. You'll never see none of that. You'll only see them online condemning a new group every 6 hours. That's all they have to offer. Christians are running around wondering why congregations are shrinking and 1,000 churches are closing every year, roughly. This is why. It's because congregations look like this. Nothing in their heart, no humanity whatsoever, just condemnation.
I wonder what's funny on TikTok today.
We listen and we don't judge. I found out my boyfriend cheated on me with my best friend on the day of my wedding, and I still married him. Here's the story time.
I'm the ex-husband of the woman who's going online, going viral, saying that I cheated on her. Do I look like I cheated? I'm faithful, committed. When I'm with someone, I'm with.
So recently, story time has gone viral. And let me just say, yes, I am the best friend. But me and that bitch was never really friends.
Have y'all seen the story time about the lady that got cheated on her wedding day? And now the husband coming out making videos like he innocent? Please, I told y'all to check that phone. She should have checked that phone the day he proposed, the same night.
Get ready with me while I share my thoughts on why decentering men is so important so you don't end up marrying nobody that cheated on you at your wedding.
Today, Lucky was craving my special holiday tea that I make from scratch. And I thought I'd share some tea about why my wedding was family only. To ensure
The
that
best wig on the TikTok shop, if you buy it, nobody could ever take your man at your wedding. They gonna all be staring at the wig.
I was the flower girl at the wedding, and my auntie, she wasn't happy.
That's enough TikTok for today. What's on TV?
Hey Elmo, any word of advice to our viewers? Elmo thinks you should always be kind and never take your best friend's man, especially at her wedding.
Hey, that's my bitch. Hey, that's my bitch. Hey, with all that fake shit. Hey, ain't the one to play with.
I mean, fuck, I like pills, I like drugs, I like getting money, I like strippers, I like to fuck, I like day drinking and day parties in Hollywood, I like doing Hollywood shit, snorted Bollywood. What can I say? The shit works, it feels good, and my self-worth's at an all-time low. And just when it couldn't get worse, my ex crashed my place and destroyed all I owned. Whoopsie, made a oopsie, $100,000 oop.
Oh, Mr. O'Connell, there's a school rule that says nobody's allowed to wear hats in class, and I don't think anybody should be an exception to that rule, do you?
No, Lana. Mia, I'm sorry, but hats are against the dress code. Mia?
Mamma mia! Look who's trying to fit in now. It's a wig, right? I think it looks really sweet, Mia. It looks like she got a head transplant.
Alright, so look, I'm a man of many hats, you feel me? And apparently one of those hats is flirtatious. But the thing is, I didn't even know it was a part of my wardrobe to begin with, dog. It's crazy. If I had $1 for every single time I was accused of flirting, you guys would consider me immoral. And I'm so serious. And it's not like I'm super friendly or anything like that. It's just that I know better than to be insufferable and off-putting. That's it. Y'all understand how frustrating it is to be called a flirt when you're just being genuine? Like, that's the type of stuff that makes me nonverbal and violent, dog. I kid you not. But you know what? Y'all check me out real quick. I remember a long time ago at one of my old jobs, we had just hired a new employee. And I remember that I, too, used to be a new employee, you feel me? Maybe I was being a bit over-empathetic, but I knew how it felt to be in this new environment and not know anybody, you feel me? So I decided to go over to my new coworker and introduce myself. Now, approaching anybody in that capacity felt very out of character for me, so I kept it to a 2-minute conversation, and that was it. That was it. So after that, I just simply tend to the business that pays. But then my coworker comes up to me and was like, I see you, you sly dog. And I was like, I see you too, unfortunately. So what's going on? Why are you here? And then he was like, oh, it hasn't even been a month. You're already flirting with a new person. I beg your constitutional pardon? My brother in strife, you're speaking fluent buffoonery. I didn't know you were bilingual. Like, what? So I'm thinking to myself, like, damn, are you cosplaying as a vegetable right now? Because you put 2 and 2 together and got the letter D. As a matter of fact, read something out loud real quick. I want to check something. As I'm basically seething from the misunderstanding, another thought occurred to me. Did she also think I was flirting with her? Oh, whoa, it's me.
Period. I'm in the back of the car with your daddy, and he's twerking and popping a perk. I got him bending his bum like spice in the back of the van while they stop and search. These men wanna act like a beast, so I put these men in a cage. I made a call now 2 days later, my niggas are busting all over his face. Bitch, Shauna, please have mercy, I ain't getting paid to the end of the week. I don't give a fuck, shut the fuck up. Get on your knees and grease my feet. Pussy. He wanna break, I've been riding his face 6 hours. He told me to squirt in his mouth, so I gave him a golden shower. Just got the whole bed.
Did you have a good night?
Oh, hello, sir. Good evening. Hello, sir. Good evening. Thank you. Have a good night. Excuse me, are you stealing?
Oh, no, I was just checking the time. Excuse me, I'm sorry to wake you up, but I need to pay for it.
You don't have to apologize.
Excuse me.
Oh, were you waiting? I'm so sorry.
No worries, you probably had a long day.
You can make it longer.
I think the apple's rotten right to the core. From all the things we've done, from all the apples blooming before. I spent the apple down symmetrical lines. I wanna find that's kinda scary. Makes me just wanna drive.
Okay, you tell me you're at the gym when I can see your location is at a house, and then you tell me you're with the boys, but you're posted up in Raquel's story, and then you lied to me all about it on Christmas. I lied to you on Christmas Eve. Stop trying to make it seem like I was in full of glee and cheer on the actual day. You ruined Christmas. Again, I ruined Christmas Eve. You were still mad the next day.
We're always talking about brain rot and how the internet is destroying our minds. This is brain rot. This is what brain rot looks like. And you'd think this is a one-off opinion, but no, I've been seeing opinions just like this one over the last year. When people are discussing the genocide in Gaza that we've been seeing in 4K, ultra-wide HD on the internet, babies and children with their bodies exploded. You can go on Twitter right now and see a drone strike live. To call people's advocacy against that a trend is incredibly disingenuous, and it lets me know that you lack empathy, humanity, and the ability to critically think. Because when I see things like this, I always go back and think, wow, white people were probably saying things like this in the 60s and the 70s. Well, oh, I'm glad that civil rights trend is over. I'm glad that advocacy against the Vietnam War trend is over. Let's go back to the 1800s. Oh, I'm glad that abolitionist trend is over. Glad that advocacy against the Trail of Tears trend is over. Like, I truly cannot wait for the day when we realize that all of our oppression is interlinked. There's intersectionality in every single person oppressed across the globe.
Great grandma, you always know just what to say. Christmas.
So when y'all gonna start telling Elon Musk to go back to Africa?
Well,
your steps are steeper because your path brings you higher.
You want to go to a bar next weekend? Isn't your daughter's 5th birthday next weekend? Do you remember anything from your 5th birthday? Or do you remember anything after your 5th drink? Because the past couple times we went to the bar, you ended up blacking out and I had to carry your flaccid body home. Speaking of blackouts, you haven't paid your electric bill in a mighty long time. So when the social worker comes over next week for visitation with your daughter, you might lose like partial custody. It is what it is. We're only 21. No, I'm only 21. I gotta worry about parking tickets and tuition. You have a whole baby. You're a parent. No, it's a parent day. You need to take another shot. How about we take another shot at being active in your child's life? Now that's a bar. A bars will all be when the clock strikes 12 on my daughter's 5th birthday, but you enjoyed that little pony party for the both of us. She doesn't even like ponies. She likes SpongeBob. Wow. 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 Wow, what? I don't know. I've known you all my life, and I'm just trying to pinpoint when you turned into a fucking bum. Like, you're actually a loser. You're a fucking weirdo. Who are you calling a weirdo? I don't even know anymore, bitch.
Hey, was everything good for you today?
Oh yeah, no, it was great. It was amazing. Nice. Oh,
he too.
Sorry.
All right, so me personally, I just feel like every stage of adulthood is just a new flavor of ghetto. And I'm so serious. But some of the wildest segments of adulthood is when you're reminded that you're not just any adult. You're an independent adult. Yes. And I crunched the numbers. It's indeed unfathomable. What? But you know what? Just check me out real quick. Remember a while ago, I was riding around with my mom and my kid brother, and the vibes were cool, but then there was a rumbling in my tummy. You feel me? Then almost like clockwork, my mom turns to my little brother and was like, "Hey, son, what do you want to eat tonight?" And this brain dead adjacent looks her in the eye and says nothing. Did I just hear the sound of the bag man fumbled? What? This minor mistake just passed up the golden opportunity to choose whatever he wanted to eat. Like, turn up the volume. This is indeed mindless behavior, bro. And I was thinking to myself, you know what? It's cool. I'm going to show you how it's done. Wait for her to ask me the same question. So I waited and I waited and I waited and I waited, but the plot remained incredibly stagnant. She never asked me, like, what? Then I thought about it, like, wait, hold the phone. As a matter of fact, let's drop the call. Do I have to find my own food tonight? Mama, Shakespeare himself dedicated his life work to this very subject. Did you just forsake me, twin? Oh, what was...
Grab that mop, grab that mop. I got something, bitch.
Better find a mop, it's getting sticky in this bitch. Better find a mop, it's getting sticky in this bitch. Better find a mop, it's getting sticky in this bitch.
Bro, something that's been bothering me lately is realizing that, like, most people do not have a relationship with God. They have a relationship with shame, and it be shown in bad. Like, whenever people be going through these, like, spiritual revivals or whatever, it's never linear, straight, vertical. Like, whatever they were most ashamed about doing in their past life, they're gonna demonize it to the maximum. Like, it's so scary. I feel like that's where they get that saying, you know, like, a hoe's final form is a religious woman. And I don't even like it because it's really a gender neutral situation. I ain't gonna lie. If you know that Pimp the Pastor, Pimp the Imam pipeline is alive and well, like, the most freaky deaky king captain of, like, the Where the Hoes At coalition, let him get cheated on. Now all of a sudden, he on bell hooks and Bible verse swearing up and down that promiscuous women is like the biggest problem with the world. And it can get so bad that people start processing anything that triggers a negative emotion as demonic. That's why everything creative is demonic nowadays. Like, you watch Nosferatu, so oh, it's demonic. No, it's just mildly unsettling. People bring up Beyonce, oh, she's demonic. No, like, you have an inferiority complex. She's triggering that. You know what I'm saying? Like soul ties. Why do you think soul ties only affect people with attachment issues? You know, and it's cool. Like, y'all know I don't make that type of content to, like, criticize anybody because I understand it's all part of a bigger system. Like, you know, at the end of the day, like, the real God of the West is consumerism. And shame is an extremely effective tactic. And never mind, actually. This is turning into a think piece. Y'all know I hate a think piece. Free God, though.
Just want to come out to you officially and say that I am non-binary. Where's that music coming from? No! No, please! No!
It's entirely possible that
the Walmart Birkin bag being something that has rich people shaking in their boots reminds me of that clip when they put those Payless shoes inside of that fake store and people were in there saying, oh yeah, like I could definitely see myself paying like, easily $5,000 for these pair. Oh, I just have to have these. And they were worth like $12. Money is a concept. It's not real. It costs that much because we say it does, not because it's actually worth that. We just say it's not real. It's only luxury because you say it is. It's only expensive because you say it is. It's not, it has nothing to do with scarcity or anything like that. It doesn't have anything to do with the amount of labor that goes into it. None of it. It's only because we say it does. I will never forget my U.S. government teacher holding up $1. This ain't $1, this is $70. But holding up $1 and saying, "How much is this?" And we said $1. She was like, "How much is it worth?" $1. She said, "Why?" And we were like, because, and she was like, "It's your faith in it. It's worth $1 because you say it's worth $1."
Lucy, stop it. Denial is a river in Egypt. Your husband is gay. He's a...
They're treating the Luigi situation completely differently than they're treating the January 6th situation. And I think it's interesting. And I don't want to be that friend that's too woke, but we need to talk about it. And I'm not talking about how it needed to be someone of Luigi's intersection to be in the hot seat. We're going to get to that. I'm talking about how when we charge one person for shooting a CEO who's not necessarily a part of the federal fabric of our nation, you would think we would be doing the same thing for those who were actively and in coordination threatening and harming the lives of actual congressmen. And the saddest part of this whole situation is that it is political. This situation requires critical thought, and y'all know how the general population likes to tussle with theory. Like, this is a situation where people have to think beyond the generations old rhetoric that's been shoved down their throat. These people want to stop thinking and vomit out something like, "Oh, the CEO was a father. Oh, the CEO wasn't directly involved with the mistreatment of these people, so he should have never been killed." Yeah, it sucks that an American father stood as a beacon of suffering and mistreatment for millions of Americans. It also sucks that right now, externally, it's business as usual for a lot of these healthcare companies. It also sucks that the government is willing to bend the rules for evil-ass corporations and their leaders than they would to convict the conservative rioters who were using violence and widespread fear to disrupt the democratic process. This is a situation of equity, and until we get that, we gotta let the unibrow go. I'm sorry.
I mean this as disrespectfully as possible. If you do not have an equal number of white actors and black actors to do Hairspray, you can't do Hairspray. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what sort of tricks or schemes you try to do. You don't have the cast to do Hairspray. Stop doing Hairspray. Leave us alone. You're not allowed to.
I mean, I don't know. It's something about that song that just make you want to get up and bust a motherfucking move.
Now I'm in my bag. Now I'm in my bag. And I'm
You fucking with niggas that's thinking they cuter than you? Oh, so you on your cycle, but he on his period too? Oh.
Dude, let's kill the horse. What? I'm so tired, Finn. Don't you see?
Gay? Girl, don't play. If I was gay, I'd be like, I'm gay, woo! And I hang with the gays, but I ain't gay. And I all day, every day, therapist, mother, maintenance, then a virgin, nurse, then a servant, just an appendage, live to attend him so that he never lifts a finger, 24/7, baby machine, so he can live.
I'll make you happy, baby. Just wait and see. For every kiss you give me, I'll give you 3. Oh, since the day I saw you, I have been waiting for you.
70,000 men have been caught in a group chat on Telegram about SAing and graping women, giving each other tips and hacks, and some of them even posted the act in the group chat. I'm not even gonna talk to women about what they need to do to protect themselves. I'm finna talk to the men. Cause y'all always comment, well, it's not all men. How they supposed to know that? When one group got 70,000 men in there planning on attacking them. What are y'all gonna do to protect your mother, your cousins, your grandmother, your aunties, your girlfriends, your wives? Y'all always put the blame on women. Well, women shouldn't be dressing like this. Women shouldn't act like this. Women shouldn't do this. Women shouldn't do that. What are y'all gonna do to check your homeboys? To check your brothers? To check your cousins? What are y'all gonna do? Because that's just one group. 70,000. Ladies, what I will tell you is treat every man like they wanted them 70,000 until they prove themselves otherwise. And they need to release that list expeditiously and find out if there's any more groups. And that group being on Telegram is crazy because it's not banned in the United States because they won't share their data with the government. Yet, TikTok is gonna get banned and they've been sharing their data with the government. That don't make sense to me.
While we're on this group chat of 70,000 men, are them niggas gonna get hit with a RICO? Because it sounded like racketeering and conspiracy to me. I mean, I'm not a prosecutor, nor am I a lawyer, but where is the FBI at? Somebody needs to go to jail.
Nowhere in the Bible does it say there are 5 generals in hell.
It doesn't say there's not, does it?
What?
We're not quite lovers, so I tell everyone we're just friends. It's easier that way. We hang out alone. He's met my friends. He calls me all the time. And sometimes, for a moment, I'll catch him looking at me with a little too much love in his eyes. But we're just friends. He makes sure to tell me that regularly. He doesn't want me to get the wrong idea. I try not to, but when he calls me, I pick up. And when he needs someone to talk to, I'm there. And when he needs a ride somewhere, I'm halfway out the door with the keys in my hand. When I left for school, I thought he might beg me to stay. He didn't, of course, because we are just friends. I only see him when the sun goes down, but he tells me it's because my eyes sparkle in the moonlight. I sometimes wonder if we will sit on this line forever, the line between lovers and friends. I think I crossed it somewhere. I think he did too, but he won't admit it. I think we both want the same thing, to feel loved. The difference is, I wanted it to be him, and he'll never see me in the daylight.
And whenever you feel down, remember there's a bitch out there praying for exactly that. Get the fuck up. Thanks.
I try not to kill myself.
And
Nobody's gonna know. They're gonna know. How would they know?
Ugh, I hate people that work at the bank. Shh, I work at the bank. Here is a dollar.
To the B, it's M to the B, it's M to the B, it's M to the B. Bang. Nibbles talk to you? No. Kidnapped or enslaved? No.
Look like a bitch?
Yes, she is a princess. Bingo, bullseye, right on the money.
Y'all better come up here and get one of these.
What's that?
It's a chicken salad.
This is for Rachel, you big, fat, white, nasty, smelling, fat bitch.
I'll be Tracer.
I'm already Tracer.
What about Widowmaker?
I'm already Widowmaker.
I'll be Bastion.
Nerf Bastion.
Bitch, you hear this wind? You feel this air? Frostbite. That's how cool I be off a nigga, bitch. Quick, Doritos, Cool Ranch.
I guess my question is, what happens when they overturn Loving v. Virginia, or attempt to overturn Loving v. Virginia, as an important step towards segregation? And all these videos recirculate again, saying that biracial black people aren't black. And the alt-right gets a hold of them and basically says that biracial black people are so racially confused that even black people can recognize it. And that's why we need segregation. Or what happens when the next presidential candidate is another biracial black person, but particularly one that skews more towards the conservative side, because after this election, the thing that the Democratic Party has seemed to boil down on is that they're too woke. Again, conversations are cumulative, not siloed.
You know, the other day I pulled up to Cutie Patootie Lane and everybody said they knew you. Yeah. Everybody. Why are you always there? Actually.
I didn't know you had that kind of speed. How'd you do it?
I don't know, how'd I do it? I'm fast and you're slow, that's how I did it.
I got the girl of my dreams because I never settled. I got the girl of my dreams because I never settled. Everybody kept telling me that my standards were too high. No! Frick you! My standards are just perfectly right. If I'm a great person, I also want a great person. If I'm a smart person, which I am, I also want a smart person. I'm a financially responsible person. Okay, then my partner's gonna be a very financially responsible person. I made a list with over 150 recommendations of what I want in a partner. Then I got her. Hey! God is good. Y'all just take anybody and everybody. That's not okay. Be more specific and more intentional on who you want around you, especially when it comes to a romantic partner. That's just my advice. It worked for me. Today.
What's that you said? New year, new you? Actually, it's the same you. The same you that got you through last year. The same you that was there for you in your hardest moments. The same you that persisted into the person that you are today. The same you that's going to take you into next year and have you be even more successful than you were before. The same you that is beautiful, funny, creative, inspiring, and world-changing. New year, but same you, baby. Same you.